The laugh part of it is because these uh, developments in the tech world really have nothing to do. Why do you laugh? Like because the size of the TVs?
Because we're never gonna see this stuff, and if we do, okay, that $20,000 television from TCL. Well, you might see it. Where are you going to see it? Is Best Buy going to be selling a $20,000 TV? I doubt that most consumers in the United States that watch the show will actually come in contact with that new TCL TV. Sounds fun. It's supposed to be 5 times brighter. Mark, what do you think? Are you ready for it?
I mean, it might be that I'd see it in a high-end sports bar or something, right?
$20,000,
yeah,
a lot of money, but it is a relative bargain. It's 115 inches. It's $20,000. And when I was in Japan just a few weeks ago, I saw a 97-inch TV for $45,000. So we're making progress.
It is always the case. I was saying before that CES seems to focus on TVs, maybe because they're this biggest, brightest, loudest thing at CES. But it was with a lot of this stuff, at least what's stealing the headlines, is associated with these developments in huge screens and, as you said, not only beyond 4K, right? You've got some extraordinary, it's almost like being there now.
Yeah. Have you been to CES before, Mark?
No, I've never been.
Okay.
I think maybe I actually was there for like a heartbeat for like hours,
The most impressive television displays I've ever seen in my life. Walls and walls and walls of connected TVs that will just take your breath away. And you always walk away saying, I should buy a new TV when I get home. Or better yet, how about a whole bunch of them and string them all together? Because it is just unbelievable. So the other news in television is the TV that blends into the wall. Samsung and LG both have TVs that are sort of translucent. LG's TV will resemble a fish tank until you pick up that remote control and you see the local news or whatever is on your television. Neither of them have prices announced, but they claim that I think LG will actually said they'll come out this year, and Samsung was more of a concept.
I have to say, it looks pretty cool. I mean, as you say, it all looks pretty cool.
I've never seen a TV there that didn't look cool. But, it was a few years ago at the CES, they announced the Frame. Samsung had a TV that was called the Frame. It's a piece of artwork. It goes on the wall. And when it's not a TV, it is, Leonardo da Vinci or whatever. The only problem is they have those pesky power cords coming out of the TV. It sort of ruins the whole idea. But that TV did come out. But I ask all your viewers and listeners to raise their hand how many went out and bought one.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I would just make one point. When you're putting the TV on the wall, you put a hole in the wall and you put the power cords through that. I mean, if you're going to go to that trouble, you've got to go to the additional trouble of, sadly, rewiring a little bit and putting it in the wall. Meantime, so you've come up with a virtual fish tank until you turn it on. The huge 20K television set that's 115 inches. What about this new iPhone case that I've heard about? It's like a throwback, and yet it's a throw forward. Tell me about that.
Okay, so I like it. It's for folks who yearn for their old Blackberry, who loved having a real keyboard instead of a virtual keyboard. Unfortunately, it's $139. It snaps to your iPhone. You put it over the iPhone, so it's an iPhone case with this additional keyboard, and it will also charge up your phone. So it's an accessory battery, which is great. But I ain't paying $140 for it. How about you, my friend?
I do miss the Blackberry thing. It's a little expensive for my taste right now, but if it drops a little bit more, which it likely will, right, Jefferson Graham?
If it sells, yeah.
It could be in the neighborhood of something that I would try, especially when you consider the fact that it will continue to charge your phone. Yeah. So now, last question. I don't know if you answered this question on this particular item. Does that when you have it plugged in, when you have it within the case, does that prevent you from using the virtual keyboard? Now, are you wedded to the. No, you can still use
I
that.
don't know, but I assume that in options you have the choice of switching back and forth. Did you get my picture of the smart toilet? Do you have
Tony,
that
do you
one?
have the smart toilet photo? I forwarded it on to you, I believe.
Because I love this. For $2,000 to $8,000, instead of going over and flushing, you could say A word,
There it
G
is.
word, please do it for me. And I just thought, it's a riot. But this picture of the toilet in the middle of the road. I mean, I love to do the middle of the road shot. I love to stand in the middle of the road and get that photo. And so they put a toilet bowl in the middle of the road. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they photoshopped it. But somebody came up with the idea, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we stuck one of our Kohler $8,000 toilet bowls in the middle of the road? That would stop people. That would make them look at our ad.
It
Somebody got
actually
paid
works,
to do that.
though. You have mad respect for that, do you not?
I do. I have a lot of respect. The other
what they're saying is the road to the toilet future goes through our toilet. That's what they're saying. I get it, Jeff. I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to talk to it?
No, I don't. I don't.
Do you want to use?
that,
do you want to remote control it?
No. Yeah, right. If your notion is they're adding things that have no relation to stuff you want to do with the toilet, then you're right. I don't want to talk to my toilet. I want to. The existing button that you have to flush the toilet seems to be working fine.
Yes. I will say, if you've ever had the experience of a Toto toilet in Japan, that's a totally different thing. As you know, I've spent some time in Japan. When you sit down, you have a heated seat. It's heated, and then,
to me is terrific. Yeah,
and then you could pick up your remote and you could adjust the temperature. And it's got all sorts of bells and whistles that I have no idea because they're written in another language. It's pretty crazy. The other really expensive thing that was
I get a translator in this men's room so that I can use the fully functional toilet? I'm only using a portion of the functions. Go ahead.
Apple announced a release date for the Vision Pro, which is the $3,500 headset that will let you be wowed and watch videos and photos and play games and things like that. $3,500. And the pre-orders start on the 19th, and you get to make a reservation to test it out at the Apple Store.
So
good luck
this is
good
for
luck
those
getting
who might have missed it last time. Jeff is not a fan of this. He feels as though it might be great. Let me finish.
Okay.
Where's my will you let him finish, sir? Where
He's fantastic.
No, hang on a second. Sorry, Jeff. You can edit this out, Tony. I can't find it. Some of my stuff was lost in the big fire. Anyway, your point was that these may be great, but the price point is ridiculous at $3,000. It's just not going to be. It could be a boon to consumers and people who want this kind of experience, but at $3,000, it's not reachable for most people. Wasn't that your point, sir?
$3,500 out of the reach for the average consumer to be a mass market item. It will be the most hyped product probably, and you will actually see it in the stores. Whether you can get an appointment to test it out at the Apple Store, I think, is another question. I mean, they're only going to have so many appointments a day, and there's a lot of people that might want to check it out that don't want to. I mean, maybe they'll buy it, but maybe they'll definitely want to check it out. I want to see it. You want to see it.
Yeah. Well, I'm.
Can you let him finish, sir?
A little late on the let him finish on that one, but all right. Jeff, that's the Apple. And I will say one more thing about the Apple headset. Their commercials are terrific. As usual, Apple has the most amazing TV spots. I don't even know. Maybe you could run one, Tony, if you can, while I'm still talking to Jeff. I just saw it last night, I think, on the championship game. You know, it ran during sports, and it's brilliant. It's just a bunch of different ways in which goggles and glasses, etc., are used in a bunch of different movie situations and television situations, and then they introduce their new goggles and glasses, and it's pretty great. But as you say, it's just a waiting list now to even try them. So
I think so. But Apple has the best marketing in the world. They have convinced 200 million people every year that they need a new phone when they probably don't. But you know, you say, I have to have this thing. I have to have it.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.